Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back to another stream. Let me just check a few settings here because I changed a few things. Okay, audio seems good. Video seems good. So it says connection is unstable. Okay, maybe I have some troubles with my internet connection, but we'll just give it a try. Just let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me, if the stream is working, and in the meantime, I'm just going to start. I already see a few people are here. Hello, Adrian. And yeah, hello to everybody else too. And let me begin by sharing my screen. Yeah, here we go. This looks good, and I forgot to change my background. Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, welcome back to another stream for Larastreamers, the platform where we try to share streams from the Laravel community. This is me. I'm currently live. Okay, I'm not seeing that it's live, so maybe it takes a few minutes. We'll give this a try again. Then on Friday, this is tomorrow. No, in 2 days, I'm having a talk, my casual artisan call with Freak. And next Tuesday, there's the first past meetup. I'm also interested in this one. Okay, but what are we going to do today? So we still have a few things on the list here. The last time we added the archive. Oh yeah, by the way, here it is. I made it live right after our last stream. It's very simple, but it works, and I think it's a good start. We still need to work on the design a little bit, but yeah, now we have a little navigation and we have the archive. Samuel is here too. Hey Samuel, nice to have you here again. Yeah, so what's next? We still have a few little to-dos, but let me check. The thing that I want to do for today, I think we don't see it here. No. So the last time we were talking about that we are already storing channels, or we are capable of doing this. And on the live system, we have 2 channels added, which is mine and the one by Freak. And on the back end, where we have my test system here, let me just log in here. What's the password? I don't know anymore. I think we changed it at some point. Called test data seeder. Okay, test at tests and then test. Yeah, here we go. So here in the backend, we already have this possibility to import the kind of a whole channel. And what we're doing here is we are storing this channel here in the channels table, and we're also importing all the upcoming streams of this channel. I think Adrian submitted this. Did you implement this, Adrian? I think so. And yeah, we did this already quite some time back, but we didn't use that much. One issue is we're not sure how we want to interact with channels, because we don't want to just add simply every stream of a channel that we have, because maybe someone is doing some streams on other topics and we still have to deal with this kind of issue. And I still like to accept streams manually currently. By the way, I talked to Freak again, and he said next week at the beginning, he's adding a new feature so that we can submit requests for streams, so that we don't have to do this manually anymore, which is much better. But in the meantime, I thought, especially for me, it would be nice to just automatically add all my streams. And since we already have quite a lot of this functionality already implemented, I think it would be pretty easy to automatically do this. So the idea is to maybe just have a cron job and check, like, I don't know, every hour, and then all the channels that we have stored, we're checking if there are new streams, and then we import them. So at least for me, this would be much nicer because I don't have to add my streams manually. And I guess all of my streams will be related to Laravel for sure. JLo is here too. Hello, JLo, is the repo open source? Yes, it is. You can find it here under Christoph Rumpel slash Larastreamers. And yeah, here you can find everything. You can submit pull request, add some issues. So everything is open sourced. And like learned last time, I should not forget to remove the comments so that you see all of the screen all the time. Okay, so let's check how this is currently working. So we have a job here called import YouTube channel streams. And let's take a look how this is working. We are getting the streams by adding a YouTube channel ID. Let me check this with upcoming streams. So yeah, here we're providing the channel ID, and then yeah, we're fetching the videos of this channel. Yeah, event type upcoming. Yeah. And then here we are just looping over the streams. And we're updating or create the streams items we have, which we already have. So this means most of this is already done, and the only thing left here is to create a comment to run this job for all the channels that we have. Or maybe we're just starting with mine one. So let me think. So currently, Frake is also in the channels table. So I think we can do this for him as well, because I think he's always streaming about Laravel. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so the idea is to create a new comment, which we then can run through a cron job like every hour so that we import those streams. And as always, let's start with a test here. Yeah, annoying bug with PHP Storm plugins. You maybe have already heard it. Every time there is an update of the Laravel idea plugin, the shortcut gets removed. So this is really annoying. Let's bring this back in. So I really like this generate comment of the Laravel idea code generation, and the shortcut I had, I think it was Alt G. Yeah, seems this is not taken yet. All right, so we have this back in here, and I want to write a new test. And it's a new feature test, and let's call it. So what do we want to do? We want to import streams of given channels. Import upcoming streams of given. So I'm right now thinking about what the comment will be named like. And I already see that this is a little bit long. But let's start with this one. Import upcoming streams of given channels, comment, test. So I already know that I want to name this comment, and then this will be the test. So that's why it's called test 2. But yeah, this is already way too long. So think about a better name. You guys are always good at naming things as well. So let me hear, what are your thoughts? So import channels. Yeah, it's not definitely correctly because we already have the channels. Import channel streams. Import channel streams. Yeah, I think I like this one. Import channel streams comment tests. Yeah, I think I like that. We have some more comments here. Hello, Sharon. Nice to have you here too. Yeah, there are a few other people also only streaming about Laravel, so I think we're probably able to add some others. but it just brings me a little bit in a difficult situations because I already know that then some other people will come, hey, I'm also only streaming about Laravel and I'm too, and maybe I don't know them that well, and then I have to decide who to add and who not to add, and I'm not sure if I like this. So I think for now I just keep my channel automatically edit and will add the other by hand, but we sure have to think of a better solution for the future. Hey Edgar. And who? Whoa, that's a difficult one. Hey, Songudaha. Songudaha, is this your name? Do I pronounce this correctly? Let me know, and also let me know where you're from. Yeah, those things are always in the end. It's always a problem that I'm facing. That's always the issue with open source. Caleb has a nice podcast about why he removed the issues tab from Alpine.js. And I think it's really interesting, and he has some good points because, yeah, you as the maintainer of something, everything in the end will be your problem. It doesn't matter how many people help you do something. In the end, if there are problems, you're the one to have to deal with them. But yeah, that's part of open source. So import channel streams comment test. Yeah, I think I like this. Let's remove this. Write a new test. It imports channel streams. Yeah, so we want to end up with a comment. So this means we want to call a specific artisan comment. And how do I call this? Let me check real quick what comments we already have. Art list. I think there's also a filter, right, for artisan list. I don't know it out of my head. But okay, this is way too complicated for me. I'm just checking here. The comments, I think this will be easier. So what names do we have? Larastreamers update streams and Larastreamers tweet live. So this would be then Larastreamers import channel streams. Something like that. So let's bring this back in. Larastreamers import channel streams. Just a little detail, but for me it sounds like that we're only importing streams of one channel. But actually, in the end, this should be the comment where I'm looping through all the channels that we have and import all the streams for all of these channels. So does this mean for me I have to use something import channels, update channel streams? Do you have a better idea for this? For me, this sounds like it's all about only about one channel. That's what I don't like about it. In the meantime, I'm checking some comments here. Okay, seems I pronounced this correctly. Cool. And you are from West Africa. Yeah, so hello to West Africa, Ivory Coast. Also, hello, Roberto. Nice to have you here too. Yeah, that's something I have to deal myself with because yeah, I think it's always difficult if you get some bad comments on issues, PRs on Twitter. I don't have too many followers, but it's quite a few already, and yeah, it's hard dealing with those things. But I think that's a topic for another stream or another podcast. But of course, you have to deal with this somehow. Oh yeah, so yes, we're using the YouTube API for getting all the YouTube streams of upcoming streams of specific persons. It's all open sourced, and today we want to make sure that we want to import all the streams of specific channels that we have stored in the database, like so that we get my upcoming streams always automatically, and so that I don't have to use the backend for myself to add them. Okay, no suggestions for the name, so let me give it one more thought. Larastreamers import channel streams. Yeah, I'll keep it for now like this. So, have we done anything wrong here? Required Paramount UI. What am I doing wrong here? Is this the wrong call method? Oh yeah, it seems it is. I want the word to do an artisan call. Okay. Somewhere in my head I thought it was call. Okay. I think then it's artisan. So we want to call this comment, and what do we want to expect? Then we want to expect that we see some specific streams updated or added to the database. So yeah, we're going to mock this somehow again, provide some test data. So let's see, how have we done this in the past? Where do I have my tests here? Import channel stream, that's a new one. Yeah, so we are faking the outgoing HTTP calls so that nothing gets out, and then we're using some kind of helper methods to provide some specific responses, which we will do here as well. Let me check what we're doing here. I think this is the one that we need. Have we already a test for this job? Import YouTube channel streams test. I think that's the job, right? Yeah. Import YouTube channel streams test. So here we are doing already this. So let me give this a thought. So we are already testing that this job works. So this already changes a few things for us here. Because then we don't want to test that we add those streams. You only want to test that we run this job, because we already have tested the job. So it, what's the job name again? Import YouTube channel streams job. It runs import YouTube channel streams job. But the difference here is now that we want to loop through channels. So this means we want to make sure that it's been running for all of the channels that we have. It runs import YouTube channel streams jobs. Let's make this plural here. All right, so this means we also need to fake the queue. And then we're going to make some expectations. What do we have? We want to make sure that a specific job was pushed here. Import this one here. We want to make sure that this was pushed a few times. Is there a way to do this? Assert pushed job, and then we have a callable. I think in there we can test something more, but I'm interested in how many were pushed. Assert push row bulk. It seems this is. It seems there's no assertion to do this. So let me think what would be a good way. So for example, we want to make sure that if we have two channels inside the database, we want to make sure that two jobs are pushed to the queue for both of those channels. Let me check. Maybe we can test this with the data we push to the child. Let me check what we are adding here. Okay, we're adding just the class, it seems. Yeah, because I thought we might could add the job and then already provide the data. But in the end, we just want to, yeah, I think probably we can do this with the callable and then check what data we have inside the job. Let me check this out real quick. I don't know this out of my head. So we want to fake the queue system, assert nothing pushed, assert pushed on a specific queue. Ah, okay, that's interesting. It seems you can provide here a number, which I haven't seen. Was this the same method, assert pushed? Okay, so this means somehow in the back you can, oh yeah, you can also provide an integer here. Okay, that's why we don't see this here. Okay, so let's say that we want to do this 2 times. And let's run it and see what it does. So of course it's failing. Comment is not given. Okay, fair enough. Let's create this comment. And we're using the level idea generator comment here again to create a console comment, and we're going to call it import channel streams comment. And we call it Larastreamers. So I'm trying now to make just as much work so that we get a different error message for the test. And this will get me from one failing test to another one and to hopefully to the final solution. Larastreamers, I think it was import channel streams. Let's give this another try. Okay, now you can see we have a different error message. It now says that it was only called 0 times and not 2 times, which is good. So that's what we want. So this means now inside here, inside our handle method, what we want to do is we want to loop over our channels. So, and for each of them, I want to, by the way, here we get a channel. And what I want to do is I want to dispatch a new job, import YouTube streams job. And what do I need to provide? The YouTube channel ID and the language. Do we have an ID? I think that's not the correct one. So what is the ID of our channels? We have a platform ID. I think that's what we need here. And the language, let's see what happens with the language. Where is this being used? Oh yeah, okay, it's being used. It's the language code. Do we have this stored here as well? Country, no. So I think we're also getting it here, of course, through the drop down. So how do we know what language it is? And again, where does this get stored? I think it just stores it now for every stream, right? That's what it does. Yeah, for the stream. Because for the stream, we need to know what language it is because we are showing this on the website. But since we have passed this manually here, we have now a little issue because we don't know this for the channels which we have. So this means we somehow need to store this for every channel. Oh, good morning, you too. Here it is 2:30 p.m. Queue size is also a thing. Queue size, queue. Okay, it's also interesting. Yep, didn't know that. I think for our approach, I think I still like more to assert that the specific job was pushed a few times, but it's good to know. Yeah, Adrian, same opinion. We need to store it here as well. So this means we're going to assume that it is stored in the channels. Yeah, so from this point of view, we are saying we want to assume that we have it here. Let's see how we've stored this for streams. So here we have language code. Yeah. So let's use the language code here as well. And by the way, I'm wondering right now, we're calling this language, but in the end, this here is also the language code. So let's rename this. Language code. To make this more clear also to my future self. Okay, so now we're assuming here that we have the language code on the channel, which we don't have. But since this is going to return null, let's see what our test is saying now. Okay, so we still have the issue that it was not pushed 2 times because probably we don't have 2 channels inside our database. So the first one, arrange. We're setting the queue and do we have a channel factory? I'm pretty sure we have channel factory. Yeah. So we need 2 of them. 2 and create them. We're going to act. This is our act part, and then here we're going to assert. Let's bring the comments back in because I always like this better. And now let's try again. What's happening now? Argument language code must be of type string null given. So where does this fail here? Yeah, so here we need to provide it as a string, and we're providing here inside our comment this which is null. So in my head, I'm thinking now, what's the best approach to go step by step? Of course, I could just edit this field now to the database, but I don't want to get this too messy by stepping now between different features. Now I want to go to want to handle this step by step. So I could assume that there's a default code here. Since we already, most of our streams are currently in English, I think this would be fine. So this means this should already make our test pass. No, it does not. What am I doing wrong here? So we're getting we're getting here null back. So I just assumed somehow that if we get null here, we can use a default value, but it seems that's not the case. So this means we need to handle this issue before. Let me check again the error message. Yeah, we do get null here, so we don't even end up here. I think you're asking what this is. So let me get back here. So in Laravel, if you have a model like the channel, you always can use factories. And if you have a factory, you can create them, database factories. So here's a factory for every model that we use. And here for the channel factory, we were just saying, if we're going to create some dump models, some dump channels, here's some default data that we want to use. And then this means here inside my test here, I can just say, of my channel, I want to create new factories, give me 2 new channels and create them. And now I have 2 channels in the database with some dummy data. And this is very useful because it's very easy to write. It doesn't take a lot of amount to write it. We have some default data. We can define this and we can easily work with dummy data, which we already need. Issue is where you dispatch it. Where am I dispatching it? Inside the comment. Yeah, so that's it. That's the issue here. So I think we could fix it like this. So if we don't have the language code, which we don't have because it's not stored in the database yet, we can use English as a default. Yeah, so this is passing. But of course, that's not what we want to do. So let's get rid of this and try to make this work. So this means, what do we need in order to fix this? We need to add this to the channel, to the channels. Normally, I always like to jump into my migration and just change it, but since we're already live, I need a new migration. Create a new database. Migration, change table. Table name is channels. We don't have auto-completion here. Migration class or file name. How do I want to call this migration? Add channel. Add language code to channels. And so here in the channels, after a specific column, where do I want to put this? Let me check this real quick. Here we're talking about platform ID, language code. I think I'd like to have this after the platform ID. And here we want to have a new string. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, I think I need to do this after the string method. So we have here language code, and we want to do this. We want to add this field after the platform ID column. And we don't have a return type. And I already removed the down method because I never used this. Okay, so this means we're now adding the language code field to all the channels. Next. If we run this again, it's still not working. Let's see. Yeah, not null. So this means, this issue means now while we are creating our new channel models here, we don't set the language code, and now that's why it's failing. So this means inside our channel factory, we have 2 solutions. The first, I could make it nullable. the language field, but since I don't want to do this, I'm going to edit here. And so for my factory, so that we always have this language. Language code for every of our test models. Language code. And I think we're just dealing with those language code. I think it's with the 2 character codes. Maybe need to check this. Let's get into the real database. Nope. Oh, I'm wrong here. What I needed to do was to create a new connection here. Let's get rid of this one here. New connection, Larastreamers. So that's the real database. And let's check the streams. Language codes. Yeah, the 2 character way of doing this. Okay, so this means now we have a default value here. And inside our test, when we create now the new 2 channels, they should already have a language code. And this also means inside our job, where we're going to, not the job, but the comment is where I want to go. Inside the comment here, where we're now taking the language code from the channel instance, this means this should work now. And yes, it does. This is good. So what this means now for the live system now, where we don't have language, I need to add them manually to the database, because if not, it will fail. So maybe I'm writing a note to myself to do this. Larastreamers channels language code. Okay, one thing I didn't like, about my comment. Let me check real quick some other comments here, because there was some nice syntax we've been using for some of those comments. Which was it? Yeah, so here returning, we have this kind of success and error returns, which you can use for comments. Let's take a look. So this is where we now, I think it's Symfony console comment. Yeah, so here we have success, failure, and invalid constants, which we can use as a return type. So let's also use this after our comment. Now we need to change the return type to an integer. Yeah, I think this looks good. Let's test all of our tests. And let's see if one of our changes changed something, and it did. Probably because our new field now. Yeah, so what's this test about? It adds channels database. Yeah, not exception, because we haven't provided a language code. So where do we get our channel data? Import channel. So let me check again. Where is this failure here? Where are we doing? Where are we adding the channel? So with null constraint channels language code. Yeah, so somewhere we're inserting into the channels without providing the language code. And this must be inside our livewire component. Channel data prepare for model. Did I wrote this code? Maybe this was Adrian. Oh yeah, so okay, I see. So we have our channel data transfer object. And here we are providing, do we get the language here? I think so. Yeah, this language. Okay, so we need to use this also for our channel where we create the channel. So this means it's called language code. And we're making use of the language, which we don't have. And we need to call this language code just to be consistent. And we also need to add this to our transfer object here. Language code. Language code. And where do we get this? We're calling it on the channel data. I still think we have an issue here. How do we? So this method is inside our data transfer object here. Where do we create our transfer object? So this is what we get back here when we call for the channel. So this means somehow we need to get in here the language code as well. Let me check in the meantime. You need to merge the language code into the channel data. Here, so it's missing inside the channel data, not inside the transfer object. Yeah, it's a good question. Does it need to be inside the transfer object because transfer object is mostly what we get back from YouTube. Okay, let's try this. So we're import YouTube channel. Yeah, so here return an array. So this means we can array merge. And yeah, with our language code. Which is this language here. And I think I need another parentheses. Undefined function array merge. Oh. So this one here. And by the way, I also want to change this here. Also to language code. Okay, so this means we can get rid of the changes I did here because then we don't need this inside the transfer object. And let's give this another try. So first our test here, which is now failing. Okay, I think we have now a different issue. Let's head back here again. So we're merging our channel data stuff with the language code. Yeah, I think we probably don't get the language code here. Let's see. Yeah, that's because we've changed this here and this is now being used inside the view probably as well. Import YouTube channel. Import YouTube channel. It's not here. Let me check real quick. I'm already getting confused by my own file. So we have the import YouTube channel live wire component. Yeah. So here it's called language code. So this means we also have a few for this. Import YouTube channel. Yes, it must be this. Oh, I have to. Okay, I see. Defer language code. And let's also change those here. Let's do generally language code. It's annoying, but it's for the future work. It's really important when you try to keep consistent also with those little things. And let me get rid of this. Thanks, Adrian. So I think we can give the test another run. Still not working, so let's go through this. We have the language code. We have the language code here. Let's see if we do get the language code. Just dump it out. And let's run our test. We do get the language code here. So this means we are then here adding it to the update and create method, remerge language code, this language code. Yeah, I know what this is. So this is for sure an issue with the model itself. And let's get the channel test. We need to add it to the fillable. Language code. Yeah, so you have my fillable array where I'm saying these fields are okay to be filled. And okay, this test is now passing, which is good. And hopefully all other tests are too. Okay, that's good. So what did we do? So we've made sure, let me get back to our command test here. So we have now made sure if we run this artisan command that this job was pushed 2 times. Is this enough for me? So I know what job it is. I know that it's this job. I don't know what data is being passed to the job, but we've made sure that the job on its own works. So I think I'm fine. If you guys know of any situation or any other thing we maybe should test here, let me know. But I think I'm fine. For me, it's important that we have 2 channels and then 2 times the job is being run. So maybe we could test something like if the channel IDs of those channels are used inside here. But I think that's just a small thing. So I think we can give this a try. So let me see. So do I have my channel here? No, I don't think so. Is that our test database? No. So let's add my YouTube channel and the ID. Let me see. Where do I get my ID? I think it's this one here. I'm talking English. Let's import this. Okay, I have to migrate here as well. Okay, another try. ID must be type of string null given. I'm not sure, but to make sure, let me refresh and try again. Yeah, okay, I think it was somehow connected of the failure before. Now we should see my YouTube channel here. Yes, and now what happens if we now try to import those? Nothing, because I don't have any upcoming streams, but maybe let's add one together. By the way, are we live? Yes, we are live. Nice feature by Adrian. And let's create a new stream here. So, by the way, you can see how I am using StreamYard for creating new streams. I'm streaming to YouTube and to Twitch at the same time. Then I always have stored here some titles which I already used, description. No, this is something that fits. What fits a live stream better? And I want to schedule this one for later. I need an image here, so let's grab one. Where do we have this here? Okay, I know I can't do any stream next week, unfortunately, so let's add this to the 28th. It's Monday, yeah. And I hope we can go back to 4 p.m. schedule. That's what I prefer, but it's getting currently so hot in Vienna, so I can't stream that late. So I think, yeah, that's already it. So let's create this one. Takes a moment. Hello, Ali. Nice to have you here too. By the way, I'm still seeing some icon here on StreamYard that my connection to the internet is not too good. Do you notice anything? Am I slower than usual? Is any issues with sound or the video? Please write it to me in the comments, and let's try this now again. So what do we want? So we have added another channel. Yeah, now we want to test the comments. So this means we should have now a new comment called PHP Artisan Larastreamers import channel streams. Okay, we haven't provided any output, but let's see. We have something new here. Yes, 2 times. Okay, that's interesting. Let's get back here. Which one is now the correct one? So the date was 28th of June. Okay, so I think it must be this one here. So why do I see, were both of them added now? Yeah. Okay, the one of them is still one which is live. Okay, I think that's just the case. Just because one is currently live, we see both of them. Okay, but it seemed like this was working, so that's good. So let's write a commit for this. We also have some new files here. Add comment to import streams of given channels. Let's check the review real quick if we have any issues. Exception is never phone here. I know about this one. I'm fine with that. Let's commit this one. Yeah, so Adrian did a nice PR to Laravel. So this means inside our project where we are using get table, we can remove all of this because now you can use the class. So test is passing, and now here what we can do is stream class, I think. Let's see. Yep, this works. This is pretty cool. Nice addition, Adrian, to the Laravel framework. I've been wishing for this for quite a long time. Do we have more? Stream class. Let's check if all of those paths are still working. Yeah, that's good. And let's see, where else do we have this? All of them, stream and class. Also a good idea, Adrian, is to maybe mention this to GMAC, that he adds this to maybe one of his automatic rules, so you can automatically change this with one of his shifts. I think this would be cool as well, especially for old projects where you have a lot of those. And one last time. Here, let's select all of them. We're talking about channels here. Channel class. Do we have some more? Yes, we do. What do we have here? Streams. Okay, we have a lot of them. So let's select those two. Yes. Was this the last one? It seems so. Let's run all of our tests. This works. This is cool. Let's commit this. Remove get table methods and use new class way of doing this. All right, so far so good. Hello Nuno, welcome back to the stream. We were just finishing our first to-do. Let me just check the time. It's already 3 o'clock. Today I wanted to keep it a little bit shorter than last time because I have some other stuff I need to do. Let me check. Do I have some kind of issue we can check off now already? So these are all new things. No, these are all new ones. And let me check on the README page. What do we have here? Approval flow comes by Frake. A Twitter tag, yeah, so this is also something we need to do in ad search. Okay. So this means there was no to do for that, but still this means it works now. Oh yeah, there's one thing missing. We need to add it to our kernel. So let's think about how often do we want to run this. Want to check the channel and then import streams. So I think every hour would be fine. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's start with this. Command import channel streams comment, and we want to do this hourly. So this means now every hour we are checking all of our given channels, and if they have some new streams, and if they do, we're going to update them or input them. Okay, this looks good to me. Do you guys, by the way, write any tests for comments? For cron shops? What I'm thinking right now is, because I didn't edit it here, and for me it was already finished, but of course it was not working because we didn't edit it here. So I guess this is more a philosophical question again. Do you test what you run into your cron shops? I think it's an important one to do this for a big application, because I'm pretty sure, Nuno, for some of your Laravel applications that Laravel runs, you have quite a few comments. I really wonder what the schedule looks like for Forge. Can you tell us, Nuno, how many command runs you have for Forge in this? I think this would be really interesting for me. So, and also, do you have some tests for this to make sure what comments you have added here? Because if you don't test one, what you have in here, you never know if they really run, because all of the tests are passing, but yeah, it doesn't matter because we didn't edit the comment here to the schedule. Oh, Nuno is checking. That's cool. So I had Forge in my mind because I think there must be a lot of checks for Forge, or things that run, yeah, like every minute checking stuff. You have a lot of jobs to handle. Or maybe this is all done just via some jobs. So yeah, I think it would be really interesting to see a little bit more about how Forge is working. So I never thought about it, but I think it started, of course, with a lot of shell scripts where you run stuff. So it would be really interesting to see how this works. So maybe, Nuno, when we meet again another time, you maybe can tell me a little bit about how Forge works. But yeah, it's really interesting to see how many comments such applications run. Or Adrian, you also have some very big applications you work on. Would be also interesting. And do you test something like this? In the meantime, let me think. How could we test this if we would want to do this? Do we have access to the scheduled comments? I don't. So these are protected methods, so I don't have access to them. What do we have here? This is the method. So yeah, so it's interesting. Yeah, where do they get stored? What happens? So pretty sure this method is being run at some point. Yeah, but it does not. For me, it does not seem like currently that they are stored somewhere, and we can easily get a list of the scheduled comments. Okay, Nuno says he has around 10 scheduled comments for Forge. Okay, so that's not too much more than us. So I guess they're handling this very well with just a few of them. And Nuno said, I think you should test those comments code individually, like artisan call. Yeah, so that's what we do. So we have tests for all of those comments. So that's what we already have. So that the question for me was currently, but if I don't use them here, if I don't provide them here for the scheduler, then It's just nothing happens on the application. And it would be interesting if there would be a way to test what comments we have set here. I don't think that I'm the first one thinking about this. But you should not test the schedule itself. Yeah. I guess this, for me, this is a little bit similar to Livewire components and the custom test that I've written for them, because we've written some good tests for a Livewire component, but if we don't add the component to the page, nothing happens and the feature is not there. So that's why I always love to write tests to see if specific comments, blade components, or Livewire components are shown on the page. And then the test for the components I write for the components only. But I always want to make sure that those components are listed somewhere or that we use them. And I think in my head it's similar for those comments. So we have those comments, we have written tests for them, we know they work as expected, but yeah, if I don't add this here, if I don't add this new feature here to the scheduler, we don't know that it's being run. So I'm thinking about just a simple test, like make sure that specific comments are scheduled. Just like a simple array, see what's inside a scheduler array, something like this. So okay, Adrian has one with 17 scheduled comments. That's also a lot. Nice. And he also said he only tests the logic. Yeah, so I think I'm going to think about this a little bit further. Am I the only one thinking about this? Are there any people who have already done something? Let's give this a quick look if we find something. Test. Laravel test scheduled comments. Let's see if we find something. Configure and test. How do I check my schedule in Laravel? This comment shows us. So I think I've never done this. What was it? Schedule list? Okay, so this gives me back some cron job output for all the comments which we have listed. Okay. It's not beautiful, but it's a start. Oh, that's by the way an article by Frake. Let's see what he does. Introducing Laravel schedule monitor. Let's see, what is this package doing? This package will monitor your Laravel schedule, will write an entry to log table each year. So I think that's useful to see if one of the comments fail, something like this. Maybe it would be something for such a package to also check what comments you have scheduled. As you can see, I'm not sure how I would want to go about this, but still somehow it bugs me a little bit, and I'm trying to think if there could be something. As always, here in the streams, we are talking and discussing a lot of things. Maybe they're useful, maybe they're not. We don't care. We just want to have a good time and see where we can go. So I think my Laravel Livewire assertions package just started with such an idea, and now there's a package and already quite a few people are using it. So I really love to talk about those boundaries, what people are doing, if we can do some things differently. Let's give this another look before I'll stop this. How to test scheduled tasks. No, I think they're not meaning what I mean with this. Yeah, okay, I think probably we don't find anything like that yet. We have an interesting test. Okay, let's see, what does Adrian has? because we have custom scheduled to run on every X business day. That's tested. Testing the schedule would only result in having a clone of the kernel file. Mm, yeah, but that's something that we have a lot, like with if we test that we see some specific text, then it's a copy of the text that we have somewhere. So I think the argument about the copy of something, I'm not sure if I'm okay with it or if it's valid to me. So, but yeah, the test would look something very similar to the comments that we have. Okay, it seems like I don't have an answer to this right now. I think I'm going to leave you with this. I'm going to think about it a little bit more. Maybe I try something, maybe I leave it. I don't know yet, but it's something that I have now in my mind, and maybe let's see where this leads. So yeah, that's it for today. So we've implemented a little bit new features. So this means I'm going to push this now to the new live site, and from this point on, all my streams should be edited automatically, which is nice for me, not so nice for everyone else, but I think it's a good start and we can work on from there. Again, there are some other things that we need to do. If any of you wants to do some of those things, and there are also some issues here with just a little description of some new features that we need. So if you have some free time and want to help, yeah, just reach out and mention it here in those issues if you want to start something. But yeah, for now, this is it. There will be another, maybe longer stream. So we now have better API for Twitch. So this means we're going to support Twitch in the near future somehow. Adrian was talking about it already in the issues. Daniel Hart was also talking about this. So there will be something for Twitch as well. And I think this will be a cool thing because currently we only support YouTube, but for sure we want to add Twitch somehow too. So this will be, I think this will be cool. All right, so yeah, thank you everybody for joining the stream again. It was fun for sure for me, hope for you too. Yeah, we've implemented a little new feature, which is cool. And yeah, next time we will continue working on Larastreamers because yeah, I still have many ideas for this little project and I really enjoy working on it. And it seems like you enjoy using it, so that's always the best combination there is. So again, I'm not going to stream next week, but we're going to see us then. Oh, we're going to see us on Friday this week, where I'm going to have a casual artisan call with Freak, and then we see us in 10 days or something from that. So yeah, thank you everybody again. See you the next time. It was fun, and have a nice day.